We close out the first hour tonight with a Legends Division match of some proportion as the Masked Superstar, accompanied by the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, takes on the Ultimate Warrior.
This next Legends Division match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, along with the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, from parts unknown, weighing 292 pounds, he is the Masked Superstar. And his opponent, also from parts unknown, and weighing 285 pounds, here is the Ultimate Warrior.
And so it is a battle of super heavyweight legends, capping off the first hour of tonight's Rage. As the referee Charles Lucero sounds the bell, the Warrior charges. Clothesline takes the Masked Superstar down to the canvas. Superstar dropped again by the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior with a military slam on the Masked Superstar. A series of shots to the midsection to the Masked Superstar. Ultimate Warrior opens up with a couple of chops and a double shot to the midsection. Masked Superstar taken down with a shoulder tackle. The Warrior has him up center ring in a bear hug. Referee Charles Lucero monitoring the situation, but the Masked Superstar, employing some elbows to the head of the Ultimate Warrior, finally gets himself free. A clothesline over the top rope out onto the floor goes the Ultimate Warrior. But he does not seem to care. He's going right back in after the Masked Superstar. Another knee to the midsection. He's got him up. Look at this. Masked Superstar just shifting his weight and turning that one to his advantage. A stomp to the head of the Warrior. A knee to the skull. Warrior quickly back up. Another flying elbow. Takes the Masked Superstar down. Out there on the apron, making his way to a standing position. Ultimate Warrior and Masked Superstar both making their way inside the ring at the same time. Superstar whipped to the ropes. Leapfrog from the Ultimate Warrior. Wow, what agility. A beautiful power slam. A kick to the chest. A stomp to the chest. The Grand Wizard of Wrestling acting quite nonchalant considering the condition and the state of the Masked Superstar at the present time. Ultimate Warrior locks up the Masked Superstar again. Gets a hold of him by the... Oh, well, there we go. Vertical suplex. As the Ultimate Warrior makes his way to the top turnbuckle. And here we go. Beautiful diving crossbody. Nice distance, but a rope break called for by the referee. Shot to the midsection from the Masked Superstar. Ultimate Warrior winds up the arm. Masked Superstar extricating himself from the hold with another couple of shots to the midsection. Ultimate Warrior with another driving knee. Masked Superstar counters with one of his own. A hard shot to the midsection. The Masked Superstar with a rib breaker on the Ultimate Warrior. Masked Superstar takes himself up to the middle rope, diving crossbody. And the momentum for the moment has at least shifted towards the Masked Superstar. Whoa! Tilt-to-whirl backbreaker. That takes skill and coordination. A stomp to the face of the Ultimate Warrior. As the Masked Superstar starts to pull away here, Ultimate Warrior rolls out to the floor. Masked Superstar right behind him and proceeds to go to work as referee Charles Lucera initiates the count. Another tilt-to-whirl backbreaker from the Masked Superstar. Superstar stopping to take a little bow for himself. Ultimate Warrior makes him pay with a clothesline. Opens up with a series of shots, winds up the arm. Masked Superstar counters with a forearm, locks up the Ultimate Warrior, gets him back inside the ring. The Warrior back up on his feet, takes himself back out of the ring, and here we go. The Masked Superstar gets a hold of the Ultimate Warrior by the trunks. Measures the weight here, has it up, vertical suplex, the Grand Wizard of Wrestling wisely stepping out of the way. The Masked Superstar rounds up the Ultimate Warrior again, rolls him back inside the ring, and yes, the Grand Wizard totally approves. The Ultimate Warrior charges another clothesline and another trip to the outside for the Masked Superstar. Ultimate Warrior grabbed up by the Masked Superstar, driven into the lip of the... Oh, my. He sank very slowly. The Masked Superstar with another hard shot to the midsection. He has been battering the midsection of the Ultimate Warrior and just drove it into the ring steps for good measure. The Masked Superstar rounds up the Ultimate Warrior, makes his way back inside the ring. The Masked Superstar building himself up a head of steam here as the Ultimate Warrior tries to pull it together. Takes himself back up. Another flying elbow from the Ultimate Warrior takes down the Masked Superstar. Superstar driven into the ring steps by the Ultimate Warrior. From behind, rear waistlock. Warrior's got him up, sidewalk slam on the floor. The Warrior rounds up the Masked Superstar again. Ooh, knee right into the gut of the Masked Superstar. As Ultimate Warrior starts to pull away here, turning the momentum towards his favor, makes his way back inside the ring, takes himself back out, restarts the count, gets a hold of the Masked Superstar, and nails him with a belly-to-belly suplex on the outside. And once again, we've got the referee Charles Lucera count. Oh man, mounted punches from the Ultimate Warrior. Kick to the midsection from the Masked Superstar. Superstar finally getting the Ultimate Warrior back inside the ring. The referee continues to count on the Masked Superstar. The count restarted as Ultimate Warrior has stepped out, knee to the midsection to the Masked Superstar, up over the shoulders of the Ultimate Warrior, and driven headfirst into the lip of the apron. The Masked Superstar taking an uncharacteristic beating at the hands of the Ultimate Warrior, counters with a kick to the midsection, locks up the Ultimate Warrior, has him up, inverted atomic drop right in the lower abdomen. Masked Superstar grabs a hold of the Ultimate Warrior, one arm slams him on the floor as the referee continues to count. A series of chops from the Warrior. Warrior drives the Masked Superstar into the barricades. Gathers him back up to a standing position, a headlock punch, and a clubbing overhand right. And another, followed by a series of double axe handles, beating the Masked Superstar into the floor. The Ultimate Warrior makes his way back inside the ring again. Makes his way to the middle rope, doing a little bit of showboating here. Superstar whipped to the ropes. Ultimate Warrior leapfrogs it, and a kick that misses the Ultimate Warrior. Outsmarted by the Masked Superstar there for a hot second. Warrior charges again, drives a knee into the head of the Masked Superstar. Superstar rolls out onto the floor. Ultimate Warrior going out too. A stomp to the back of the head of the Masked Superstar. Ultimate Warrior setting up something here. Driving all his weight into the lower back of the Masked Superstar. The Ultimate Warrior, again making his way back inside the ring, takes himself back outside, restarting the count again. An observation here, there have been very few pin attempts up to this point. Very few pins, very few submissions. These two just seem intent on beating the tar out of each other. Driven into the apron again goes the Masked Superstar. Ultimate Warrior drives him into the barricade. The Masked Superstar just being bounced all over the place by the Ultimate Warrior. Double choke lift, but a gouge of the eyes from the Masked Superstar. Goes behind on the Ultimate Warrior, rakes the back. Ultimate Warrior catches a kick to the midsection. A headbutt from the Masked Superstar. Superstar rounds the Warrior up again. Drives him into the barricade, and there's one thing for sure, you're not going to get a pinfall or a submission on the outside. And the referee is still counting. And it is getting dangerously close to a count of 20. Ultimate Warrior quickly back on his feet, gets a hold of the Masked Superstar, and again starts unloading with hard right hands and double axe handles. Ultimate Warrior rounds up the Masked Superstar. Has him. Whoa, what a spine buster out there on the floor, too. Warrior rounds him up again. Locks up with the Masked Superstar. Face buster. My, they are just not playing around. The Ultimate Warrior setting up the Masked Superstar again. He's got him all the way up for the vertical suplex, but no. A clothesline to the back of the head. He's trying to make his way back, but it is too late. Double count out.
The referee has counted out both wrestlers. This match is declared a double count out.
A double count out, an angry crowd in Glendale, and that is going to end the first half of tonight's RWL Rage. We'll be back with the second half right after the break.